are situations in your life that is bothering you and making you wonder which direction to take, you need to act now or face the consequences. Hey Gemini, welcome to your September 2019 reading. Now, what is the format for this reading? First, I will pull a general reading for you guys, and then I will pull out an advice card for that general reading. And then we will have 2 messages for career and 2 messages for love. And then I will pull top 3 advice cards for the month of September that will help most of the Geminis out there with the intention of moving energies for the best possible outcome for you. Okay, so first of all, let us go back to what was your short form reading in the month of August, mid-August. It says here that waiting or contemplating what is good for you is not a bad thing. Decide fast if you are dealing with other people because they might change their mind. Okay, now I already have your cards here. It's just that it's kind of the same in the same message with your mid-August reading, because you guys right here, you are being represented by the Jack of Diamonds. You guys are being indecisive on some things, or maybe somehow kind of have this kind of cruel intention or kind of sinister ideas going through your head, and you are being confused because you don't know which path to choose. Should you choose the better way or the not so good way? It feels like to me that there's this decisions in your head that you're trying to balance out, but you don't know which one to do. And it's a very surprising for the Geminis because you guys are very analytical, and for some reason you guys are just not deciding on something, and it's going to hurt if you don't. You guys have a lot of promises, you guys have a lot of things that you want to pursue, to work on, to achieve, but it's all in your subconscious. That is what you're intending to do. Some things have happened in the past that has just taken you by a surprise, and it's something that is still bothering you right now. In your present moment, you are being this person who is, you feel like you can't control this. It feels like you have the ability to move things around, but for some reason you guys are just not just doing something. You are not acting on things. Sorry about that. Yeah. And for many of you in the future, you're feeling like you want to change the course of your direction, or change the mood, change the strategy. It feels like you guys are just thinking of these things, and it feels like to me that you are weighing so many options for yourself, and it's just the universe or the things or the environment around you is waiting for you to decide. You guys have actually really good intentions. I like how your energy is, but I feel like there's a lot of things that are bothering you. It just feels like so many things are not going in your favor. At least it feels to you, or you think that things are not going in favor. The people around you are kind of judgmental. They are very, they know their power, but I'm not sure until what extent their power is. It feels like to them that they don't care about what you are doing, what you have, but they just know that they have to rule. And it feels like to me that this can be at work, this can be a lover, this can be something else in your situation, that this other person, male or female, is just trying to take control as well, and you need to decide on what to do. You are hoping for some kind of savior, some kind of universal way of universal energy that is going to help you with your situation, but it feels like to me that you really have to take some action first before things can move forward. Because if you keep continuing to be in this situation where you are confused, don't know what to do, and not acting on anything, things may not go as well as you would wanted, and it feels like you're just watching everything unfold before your eyes if you do this, because it's like you are seeing all of those things that you want, and you are just being in this mood wherein you just want to have fun. You're not exactly looking at things or attacking things, approaching the situation with a clear head. Ask help if you need to, and you need to really take over. The universe is this situation right now is really teaching you something, and you really need to act on things, because things are going to move only if you act on yourself, or you do some steps for you to move forward. And you're being represented by this Jack of Diamond. It feels like you guys are being lazy about things. Maybe you're not even thinking of what to do next. It feels like you guys really need to do something. I feel like this reading may only be touching a part of your life, but for some of the Geminis out there, maybe this is the biggest issues in your lives right now, and you guys really have to take action. If you really want something, you need to act on it. Now, I said I will be pulling an advice card for the general reading, but there are two here, and I will read the first one for you. The first one is attracting, not chasing. It says here that anything or anyone you chase after will run the other way because of the fierce underlying of the chasing energy. Instead, attract what you need by sending out love, gratitude, and welcoming energy. I feel like I need to repeat this again. I need you guys to hear what the message is, because it says attracting and not chasing. I feel like for many of you really need to hear this. I'm a Gemini rising, and I really need to hear this as well. So, anything or anyone you chase after will run the other way because of the fierce underlying chasing energy. Let me repeat that. Anything or anyone you chase after will run the other way because of the fierce underlying chasing energy. Instead, attract what you need by sending out love, gratitude, and welcoming energy. Okay, it is very nice. Now, can you focus? No. Okay. Anyway, the next is windfall of abundance. It says here that an increase in abundance is arriving in many different forms, some of them unexpected. Be open to receiving and know that this abundance comes to you to support your life purpose, health, and charitable work. Isn't that beautiful? Now, I want to pull some two messages for your career, which will be helpful for the Geminis out there. Two messages for career. Two messages for career. I feel like there's a situation that is coming towards you that maybe these are situations that was not acted on before. Everything is about action. That was not settled before in the past. And there's this person, there's a female energy, or maybe a boss who is not in your there's like a superior person. It can be you, it can be another person who is not exactly having the best intention and is waiting for something to happen so that things can actually turn out bad for other people. But there's actually a communication that should be. There's a kind of conflict or communication going on, but the other person is just not showing things, or the other person is hiding things. It feels like this can be any. There's two persons here, and I feel like maybe some of you is this one and the other one is this one, or some of you is the other one. I feel like one person is going to bring up something that has happened in the past and is hoping that something will happen, something bad will happen to the other person. It feels like this other person is not sure, doesn't know what's happening. So if you have some communications, or kind of possibly something that is going to be a confrontational situation, you need to be very careful and make sure that you know exactly what you're getting into. Study the facts, study what happened in the past. If there are issues that you guys are going to be dealing with in at work or in your career, make sure that you are fully prepared to face it. Know the facts, get all the documents that you need, make sure you are prepared, and it's all about being truthful and having the best intention to get you guys through for at work. And yeah, it just feels so much like other people out there will be having bad intentions, like very political to me. Another message for Gemini for career. Another message for Gemini for career. Yeah, something happens really quickly. For some of you, this is going to be people trying to rely on other people. It's not going to work this month anymore. It feels like people are going to flip over you. It's like there's a lot of dependency issues here that is going, like some other people, like if you are the one who is being codependent to other people, it feels like you will be very vulnerable into energies that are going to flip over. It feels like to me that people are going to turn their backs against you for their own benefit, and it's going to be very unexpected. It feels like there are things that you need to be really careful about. Okay, now 2 messages for love. Just be very careful of those energies. People do not have the best intentions towards you, Gemini. People are lying. Or if they're not lying, they're tired of being depended on by you. Or maybe you will be tired of being dependent on them being dependent on you. Okay? Just be very careful of those energies. Something for many of you, there's a very big possibility of a third-party situation for this month. It feels like as if it's again, I feel like this is something that is not dealt with in the past. It can be you or it can be the other person. Maybe they have emotions that are not dealt with, that are not exactly resolved in the past. Maybe they're not over with your exes, or maybe you are dealing with two people. It feels like there's this kind of three-way thing that is just going to be causing you some sadness. And I feel like to you guys, it doesn't feel like it's worthy of your attention to actually dive into this, or be meddled in this kind of energy. It feels like you have an option to get out of it. It feels like you guys just, it's like an added baggage to you for this month. It's not, doesn't feel like the best for me, but I'm just, I don't know why it's all negative energies for me, but it just feels like there's so much sadness that is going to be brought by this news, by other people, that they're going to bring to you. It doesn't feel good, and I don't feel like you will have the energy to deal with this. And if you have a choice, try to leave this, because there are other things that you need to focus on. Okay, now I need another message for love for Gemini. Okay. For some of you, it's like a bittersweet kind of energy. Some are so frustrated and trying to really chase on things, or a relationship, trying to really make things work. But however, there's a lot of jealousy involved, and a lot of things that are holding you back from getting to what you want. And it feels like to me that you guys are not exactly in this situation that where you will be able to tackle things. I really feel like love should take a back seat for now. And if you really have issues in your life aside from love that is just taking so much toll on you, you need to focus on that, because this feels like, it feels like to me you cannot manifest what you want in your relationship because of the energies around you that is kind of stealing the situation from your love life. It feels like there are other things that you need to be focusing on, and like the first message for love, it feels like there's some other things that you need to focus on aside from love. So yeah, I'm looking at your career and love reading. Your love reading for the past, or for the mid-August, it says here that you are longing for a new partnership or renewed communication, but you are holding back or have so much options around. Decide quickly. So for some of you, yes, maybe there's a church party thing, but you really need to decide quickly. However, for this month, it feels like you guys have to take a backseat on that. If there's really something that you need to decide on, just decide on it. But it doesn't feel like the energies around you for your relationship or love, if you're partnered or whatever, it feels like it's not worth it to waste your time on it, because there are other way more important things that you need to focus on. Okay, unless you don't have anything there. It's a general reading, by the way. Okay, now let's pull 3 advice cards for you guys. Three advice cards for the month of September for all the Geminis. Your first card, cooperation instead of competition. It says here that what is yours, and no one can take it from you. There is no need to compete as there is an abundance for all. You have complete access to unlimited abundance for yourself and to share with others. With cooperative partnerships, you can accomplish anything. Your second card. Guess what? Attracting, not chasing. I will read this again. Anything or anyone you chase after will run the other way because of the fierce underlying chasing energy. Instead, attract what you need by sending out love, gratitude, and welcoming energy. That's why I really feel like I need to read it again for you guys because there it is again. Oh, look at that. I shuffle the cards like a lot of times, and guess what? Windfall of abundance. An increase in abundance is arriving in many different forms, some of them unexpected. Be open to receiving and know that this abundance comes to you to support your life purpose, health, and charitable work. I love it when cards just keep coming back, even after how many shuffles I make. And this is the first time that this happened, like 2 cards coming out twice. So Gemini, I hope this helps, and I really wish you the best, and I'll see you in the mid-month. All the best.